Grammar Note Section, Lesson 7. Welcome to this Grammar Note section of lesson number 7. Dumela, Johan, okay.
Ke teng wena Tian o tsogile jang?
Ke tsogile sentle. And a o siame?
Ke siame thata.
Re simole, here we go. So today we're talking about the slight difference between the present tense and the gerund tense. Now this gerund tense, this is I think the very formal name for this tense. In English, this is when a word ends on ing. So I'm working, I'm eating. This is this continuous, present continuous tense.
When it comes to the grammar, it's exactly the same.
Okay.
But in the context, then the meaning only becomes clear.
I understand,
So you
yes.
write it exactly the same. If you say ke a bua, I speak.
Yes.
But if you say I speak, in Setswana it means you are currently speaking. It's
Yes.
written exactly the same.
So in context, let's take a different example. In general, I work. I'm employed. So
Yeah.
ke adira.
Ke adira.
But if you were to phone me and you were asking, what are you doing now? And I say ke adira.
Ke adira, then I immediately understand that you are busy working.
Yes. Well, that's good news. Now, another question I have is the difference between the question word mang and the question word eng. If I ask what is your name, I would say leina la gago ke mang.
That's it.
Now, if I were to ask what is your job, I would say tiro ya gago ke eng.
Ke eng.
But in English, if you translate this, both mean what? Now, what
Yeah.
am I missing?
The mang, if you look at mang, it means a bit more than what. It means more who.
Okay.
So when you are asking Lina la gago ke mang, if I translate it directly, it means the name of yours is who.
Okay, I understand. All right.
Who is your name?
So when using mang, you're asking who?
Who are you working for? O direla mang.
Okay.
So your answer will most of the time be a name of a person.
And this is also why, because Mpho and I were talking about just saying, hey, o mang.
Yeah.
Now it's rude, but this is why you can use mang in this context because you're
Yeah.
saying who? Who are you?
That's it. If you ask a person, what is your dog's name? You see, it's a personification.
I understand.
Ntswa ya gago ke mang?
Okay. The name
When
of
I
your dog
want
is,
to,
is who?
I want
Okay.
to find out the name of your dog.
Okay.
It will not be ing. It will still be mang because it's a personification of
Okay.
an animal's name.
Okay, once
That's
again, easy to understand. The last question I have is making a present tense sentence negative. So the way I understand it, and help me if I've missed something, is that the a falls away because you're saying I work is ke adira. But when you say I don't work, this a falls away and the ending of dira
Yeah.
changes from A to E.
Dira changes. So you have 3 rules.
Okay.
So the first thing you do is you bring in a ga. That's the negative morpheme.
So the ga is the negative morpheme.
That's it. The next rule is you take away the a.
Okay, what do we call this a?
It's a present tense a. Ke a bua.
Okay. Present tense a.
That's it. So you leave out that a.
Okay.
And the third rule is the ending, the verbal ending, you make it a e. If you page through your dictionary, you'll immediately realize that all the verbs in the easiest form,
Yes.
all of them end on a a.
I actually noticed that and I asked him for this question. I didn't see any verb ending on anything except an A.
Yeah. In Setswana, you've got 5 different suffixes which you can add to a verb,
Okay.
and that gives it another meaning.
Okay. Just one more question. This happens throughout, but I think we spoke about one exception, the first noun class.
Yeah, the first noun class, the moba class, where you have persons in the singular. A sentence, for instance, would be Monna o Abua.
Okay, the man speaks.
The man speaks.
Okay.
So if you change that into the negative now, you apply the rules we have. You say munna, ga, then you drop out that a, but then the subject concord of that u becomes an a.
Okay.
U adira, it becomes now munna, ga, a, dire.
I understand. This can be confusing because they look the same
They look the same.
and they sound the same.
That's 100%
Okay.
that.
So in the notes, I think I'm just going to colorize it, color code it.
Yeah.
So people can see the difference between this present tense A
Yeah,
and the subject morpheme that has changed from O to A.
that's it.
Okay. And sometimes in languages we have exceptions and these little rules that we just have to learn off by heart, but you get used to it.
Yeah, for instance, I must just mention when you have again something like wena u adira.
Yes?
If you have wena u adira, that rule doesn't apply to wena. That u, the subject concord of wena,
Yes.
wena u adira. If you make that a negative, it still stays wena ga u dire.
Okay.
So they mustn't confuse the noun classes, the moba,
Yes.
with wena.
Okay.
Wena is a pronoun and not a noun class.
I understand. When I use a noun and I use a subject morpheme from the first noun class and make it negative, then the O changes to A.
That's it.
But when I speak to you directly and I use the pronoun wena
That's it.
and I use this or, which is also subject morpheme,
That's it.
but it's not affiliated to a noun, a specific
To a
noun.
the noun class.
It's just affiliated to the person that I'm speaking with, to you.
Yeah, the pronoun.
It does not change.
It doesn't
So
change.
you do not speak would be wena, ga, or bue.
That's it.
Okay.
100%.
All right. Well, I think we get used to this. Thank you so much for having joined us today, Mr. Zadrick. We'll see you next week on 20 Minute Setswana. Go fitlhela nako e e tlang.